Welcome to Britain Fights Back, and I hope this short video finds you happy and healthy. My question was, with our government and king actively acting against the people, who is pulling their strings?
So that we penetrate the cabinets.
The World Economic Forum, also known as the WEF, is a communist globalist's ideology, run by sick people at ease on offering up your child in the name of diversity. Why? Because our children and grandchildren don't matter in the setup of the New World Order. Here are the facts. While Western families have less and less children, and their aging population puts a strain on the purse strings, it seemed to make sense to bring workers in from abroad, to fill the gap and keep the world economy sweet. The billionaire elite of the Middle East shared no interest, as long as we still purchased their oil. Charles Mountbatten Windsor regularly attends the WEF summits, held at Davos in Switzerland.
I am most touched that Professor Klaus Schwab should have invited me to be with you as we mark the 50th anniversary of the World Economic Forum and its mission to improve the state of the world. It is this mission and the urgent need to shape the next 50 years that has inspired me to be with you here today.
Although he is meant to be strictly politically neutral. After all, that's how he keeps his job, afforded him by the British people. But, like Charles I, he can't help but take the pee out of the very people paying for his privilege. And we all remember what happened to Charles I. Even Starmer would rather be in Davos than Parliament.
Let's just ask you quickly, you have to choose now between Davos or Westminster?
Davos.
And therein lies the rub. The great globalist ideology where all the poor folks from underdeveloped, one might say backward nations, are free to move to the more prosperous, scientifically led Western countries, thereby creating a more equal world, sounded great in the hippy-dippy 60s and 70s, but the induction of the globalist plan has brought about problems. Problems they did not factor into the equation. For example, an explosion of radicalized Islam took even the predominantly Islamic-leaning countries by storm. No longer were men and women seen as equal, and this brought about hardship, destruction, and death to those who did not toe the line. So when the pin-up girl of the WEF, Angela Merkel, declared open borders in Europe, in reality the floodgates had been opened, and the Great Reset had begun. They came on foot, by plane, in the back of lorries, and by boat, from the poorest countries, and brought with them cultures and radicalized beliefs that were not compatible to our own. Our laws on human rights, put in place after the Second World War, to achieve an equal footing for all Europeans, were afforded to the newbies. All state benefits, housing, schooling, and healthcare were put above and before the native population, in order to entice the newcomers. But rather than work to lift themselves out of poverty, they found they had more money, better housing, and a better lifestyle than they could have achieved back home. Many found no need to work, and rather than add to the economy, they've drained it. Laws were misused and bent into unrecognizable shapes, in order to facilitate the Great Globalization Program.
The Epping residents' fear of crime was properly taken into account by the judge as a factor in favour of the grant of an injunction. He described it as being of limited weight.
Our lawmakers, unbeknown to us, Conservative and Labour alike, yes, and even our king were, and still are, subscribers to this hideous betrayal of Europe. And what of those Arabian kings? Well, with the world becoming more and more fractured, under the strain of the demise of European culture, they have now subscribed to this new world order. Has our country been infiltrated?
Like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, so that we penetrate the cabinets.
My government...
Yes, the very fabric of our institutions is now soaked with woke and corruption. Have we been betrayed? Well, yes, that's becoming more and more obvious. But now we recognize the evil puppet masters and the immoral plan, at least we know what we're up against. Here's what one European politician had to say.
And I appreciate the World Economic Forum providing me the opportunity to be on this stage and say, fuck you, Klaus Schwab, and fuck your New World Order. We, the people, were born free. We will stay free. And you and all of your globalist friends, including everyone in this room, can go fuck yourself.
Please, don't forget to subscribe, like and leave your comments in the box below. Until next time, I'll just say, stay calm, stay safe, and we'll chat again soon.